basically what I was doing.
And he didn't tell you who he was.
He didn't tell me who he was at first. He didn't tell me. So when he walked up, he told Gio.
And Gio didn't know.
And Gio didn't know.
Right.
When he came to me, he said, hey, I got this amount of money. I'm not going to disclose it. He said, I got this amount of money I want to give to to ask a couple of questions. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, man, he's just like 8,000 people that comes in here want to talk to Hey, bro, they busy right now doing something. I told them what they was doing. And, at first it was a little pushy about it. I was like, look, I don't know how long he's going to be. If you guys want to wait, you can. But, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing, but he's doing something right now, bro. I'm not going to go get him for a couple of questions.
Oh, so you gave Keith the opportunity, the option to wait, and he decided to leave?
Yeah, because I told him, I said, I don't know how long he's going to be, but if you want to wait, you can. That's fine.
Oh, okay. I get it.
There were some circumstances that happened after the fact with other people that he talked to that opened our eyes up to why he probably felt the way that he did. Even the way that he approached it, he didn't ask for anybody else. There's a lot of people visible on social media. To offer a tip to a business owner was crazy. That was the other thing too, is like he really thinks Walt is like this helpless guy who needs his help. How are you going to tip a business owner? Tip the whole staff.
How you going to tip?
What's good, y'all? So first of all, shout out to Poetic Flacco. He did all the research on here. I want to give credit when the credit due. Shout out to Poetic Flacco. I did a video on this, and normally I don't do a whole bunch of videos on the same thing over and over because I don't like to be redundant. And I cut this dude some slack. I really did. The owner, because the owner is sort of, he reminds me of myself. Like he was gifted this, it was a coffee shop. Then it turned into a restaurant. The problem is, y'all, Walter is the reason why it's, he is the reason why they serve meat and why it's an actual restaurant. Walter coached him on how to barbecue, gave him all of the skill sets to barbecue. And unfortunately, Walter is not an owner. See, I'm not even mad that someone trademarked Tenderism, because Tenderism is just a freaking word. Like it's a word, bro. Like it's cool. You could put on a t-shirt, you can make money off of it. But his seasoning skills, how you grill, all that takes time to cultivate, right? And he taught this man how to do this shit, and he's not an owner, and that bothered the fuck out of me. I'm not gonna lie, that shit bothered when I found out. And then he had the nerve to say, oh, why would he give him $5,000? Listen, if Keith Lee wanted to give that man $5,000 and he owned 10 of them, it don't matter. That's what he wanted to do with his money. That shit just sound crazy to me. But anyway, shout out to Poetic Flacco, man. This shit made my stomach hurt.
The owner tipped the whole staff. So that right there was confirmation that Walter is owner of the Destination Smokehouse. Well, an attorney did her research, and what she found out is Walter may be getting exploited and taken advantage of on the business side of things.
Not maybe, y'all. It's not a maybe. It's not a maybe. It's not, like I said it before. When someone gives you the sauce, the mentorship, and they're the reason why you're where you're at. Not just on the social media side, but like actually the restaurant side. Like he is the pit master. I bet you the way they train the people that cook their meat, they took his coaching.
He don't got his ducks in a row.
Mr. Tendernism is in tender trouble. There are a total of 4 trademark applications pending for the word tendernism, and unfortunately, Mr. Tendernism is not an applicant on any of those applications.
That's a major red flag, and something really wrong with that picture. Mr. Tenderism is literally his name and his catchphrase. So if you don't have an application in to own a trademark, but people around you do, that's a major problem. That's like a major issue and a red flag that you should probably check. Because if people around you really love you, then they would help you apply.
I don't think he has anybody. I don't. That's another thing. I don't think he has any young relatives or anybody cares about him for real, because What they did to this man, bro. Shout out to Paul A. Fox. What they did to this man, bro, is cold blooded. It's cold. It's cold blooded.
Won't be applying to own it for themselves.
Now, I'm Attorney Candace. Let's talk about what we can do to help save Mr. Tenderism's brand so he doesn't end up like Ain't She Mama. Remember Ain't She Mama on the syrup? She never got credit. Now, just as a recap for people who may not know Mr. Tenderism, he got his fame here on TikTok after doing videos showing his barbecue falling right off the bone, and he would say the word Tenderism. All right, check it out.
Well, we know that already. We don't need.
Kenneth L. Harris has filed a trademark for the word Tenderism.
He's a black attorney. He has nothing to do with Walter. He has nothing to do with Tenderism. Yet he has a trademark out. Now, I don't know if he gave a statement or if people are just making this up. But what's going around is people are saying that he has stated that he filed the trademark so he could hold it for Walter, which I'm like, yeah, all right, buddy. Right? Like,
Bro, I'm laughing, but Walter is around some sharks, bro. Walter, Mr. Johnson's around too many sharks, bro. This is crazy.
put that next to the bridge you're trying to sell us. All right. But yeah, he has nothing to do with Destination Smokehouse. He's just an independent attorney who filed for this trademark.
And so,
but it's about to get worse. It's about to get like that was bad, but this is gonna get worse, people. Don't worry about it.
The public is feeling like, hey, someone's trying to steal Mr. Tenderism's brand. Now, Mr. Harris did make a statement on TikTok basically saying he's a black man. He wasn't trying to steal Tenderism, but he knew or he feared that other people would try to steal it. So he trademarked it first. He's an attorney. Mr. Kenneth Harris is an attorney. He trademarked it first. He's been trying to get in contact with Mr. Tenderism to transfer over ownership to him, but he's been unsuccessful. Now, the other thing is, when I did my little deep dive in legal research, Kenneth is not the only one who has filed a trademark. Now, Mr. Harris filed his trademark for the word Tenderism in 2 different classes. He filed that as early as November 16th, 2025. But subsequently, we have a whole separate person who has filed for a trademark. And guess who that is? Now, we've all heard of the restaurant Destination Smokehouse. But when you check the trademark records, there's a separate company called Diamond Smokehouse who filed subsequent trademarks after attorney Kenneth Harris.
Now, follow this. White folks are brilliant, bruh. So Walter is now going around thinking he's an owner of Destination Smokehouse, right? He has some ownership in Destination Smokehouse. However, the trademark was filed under another corporation called Diamond Smokehouse, which we would assume Walter has no ownership in because Walter isn't listed on any of the paperwork.
Where is his nephews? Where is his nieces at? Where is his sons? Where is his daughter? Where the hell is his family at, man? This is, bro. I have 2 old ass parents, bro. When I tell you the amount of scamming that goes on with old people is a lot. People call my parents' house and pretend they're like the cable bill. And I'm like, the cable bill don't normally call your house. The water bill, like people they just send you mail, and if it's something wrong, they just shut it off. Like, it's so many scams out there. And I'm like, as a son, I'm just like, this is, maybe we'll say for a prayer for him. I don't know. Maybe this will reach like one of his family members, but this is bad because Walter is not on social media. So y'all making all this good information, he's not going to see it because he's old, bro. I feel bad for Walter, man. I'm not going to lie.
What a lot of folks believe is they are letting Walter know, bro, you are an owner. You know, this is your business too, under Destination Smokehouse. And they probably did that so Walter won't see any red flags when they go ahead and proceed to apply to own the trademark of Walter's name and his catchphrase, because Walter probably is under the assumption the trademark is being owned by the business that I have ownership in, not knowing that trademark was filed for another corporation that you have no stake in whatsoever.
And so inquiring minds are probably thinking, well, who is Diamond Smokehouse? Because the white boy we see on TikTok with Mr. Walt, Mr. Tenderism, His company is called Destination Smokehouse, but you know, we do thorough research around here. So let's figure out who owns Diamond Smokehouse. Now, when I did my research on the California Secretary of State site, when you search Diamond Smokehouse, the owner, as you can see below, is Nicholas Yapriman. Okay. Now let's go search for Destination Smokehouse and see, is it the same owner? All right, so when you pull the formal paperwork for Destination Smokehouse, you can see the name at the top. In the section that says officers, you see the same name, Nicholas Yapirian. So we conclude that Diamond Smokehouse, without the trademark for Tendernism, is owned by Nicholas, who also owns Destination Smokehouse. Now, there are some statements going around on social media that, hey, Mr. Tendernism actually is a business owner with Nicholas, and he owns a portion of Destination Smokehouse. As we can see from the official paperwork, that is not true. Walt, Mr. Tendernism, he's not listed on any.
Oh my God, bro. Imagine you are an older man, y'all, and you're working. This is what I think. I had to go back to the thing, but I think he was working for him at the coffee shop, and it was failing, right? Because it's a family business, and he was suggesting to them, "Hey, man, let's try to put some meat." You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. It just grew over time to have this beautiful restaurant, and you're not on none of the paperwork. The food, right? The people come for it is your food. Walter, he getting paid for it. Oh man, that is, bruh. Bruh, I don't know, man. I don't know what we could do, bro. Like, Walt is not gonna see this, bro. This is bad. This is bad.
Any of the formal paperwork. The only way he would have an ownership interest in the company is if they transferred ownership shares of the corporation to him, and it would have to be memorialized in writing, some type of contract. He would have to receive the shares, things like that. I'm willing to bet that has not happened. Now, the other thing that comes into play before we get to a resolution is this. The employee-employer relationship is always important when it comes to who owns the intellectual property. Typically, when you work for an employer as their employee, what you produce in your day-to-day duties as a part of your employment belongs to the corporation.
Now, this is the only thing I disagree with her on, right? It's the only thing I disagree with on, right? This last thing she says, I don't agree. Not this part. Obviously, this part I agree, but the last part I don't agree at all, because for some reason, people think that Walt is not an employee. He's clearly an employee with special privileges. That's what I think they did. I think Walt has a privilege to come and go as he pleases. I don't think he has a set hours. I think, you know, he probably can ask for money whenever he wants it, that type of pull in the restaurant. And that's why he feels like an owner, right? Because he's not really told what to do like that, right? He's probably told what to do as far as like the podcasting and the marketing stuff, but like not in the day-to-day thing. I think he just, does what he wants. But this last part I don't agree on.
The employer, okay? However, if you are an independent contractor, the same is not so. Now, from what I've seen in these videos, from what my intuition is saying, there is no employee-employer relationship.
Come on, man. That dude's an employee. That is where you getting this intuition from, honey? No. This nigga's an employee. He's an employee, that gets to do stuff that regular employees can't do. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely an employee. They're definitely telling him, they're definitely like, even when they show the podcast, like, I bet you Walter doesn't he doesn't set up his own meetings and stuff like that. He doesn't have an assistant. I bet you the white, I don't know if he's white, but whatever nationality the owner is, right, is setting the stuff up and then telling him, hey, we got this, hey, we got that. So he's instructing them that we have certain things, right? But like as an assistant, but like, dude, he's definitely an employee. He's an employee.
It looks like Mr. Tendernism is an independent contractor.
No,
and if that is the case,
not him.
Then Destination Smokehouse, Diamond Smokehouse, what are any of the Destination Smokehouse's affiliate companies? They have no ownership in Mr. Tenderism's intellectual property. None at all. He's an independent contractor. All right. But obviously, we would need more facts and information to fully clarify that.
I don't, like I said, I don't think he's an independent. He's been with him for years. I don't think he's independent. Anyway, oh my God, bro. This is sad, man, because like when you're a senior citizen, bro, it's there, like I said, there's nothing out there but sharks, people trying to get at you and get in your pockets and whatnot, you know. So hopefully, you know, with enough videos going viral, someone will see it and help him get his paperwork together, because Walter is a talent, right? He's very talented. And all Walter has to do is go somewhere else. And once he goes somewhere else, he don't have to say Tenderism no more. Walter himself is Tenderism. People, Keith Lee came to give Walter $4,000 or $5,000, right? Put it in his hand, right? Walter can go to any other restaurant and do, you know, his videos, right? Or have someone do the videos, and he don't have to say Tenderism. He could just do a face and have the meat fall off the bone, right? And people will go there because he's the talent. But anyway, hope you liked the video. I didn't like the video. I'm kind of depressed because I don't want to see an older black man get taken advantage of. I'm out.